Cultural Impact of Creepypasta by Allie Tricaso. Go check the video and leave a like and subscribe. Oh, no audio. Thank you. Is it working?
You've officially surpassed mainstream, and creepypasta stories have checked those boxes off more than once. Being an emo kid in the early to mid 2010s was an experience. For fun, my friends and I would play Red Door, Yellow Door after contacting our local cemetery with my homemade Ouija board, and to wrap up the night, we got some Doritos Locos Tacos to eat while reading creepypasta stories while there was a thick wall of should we kiss right now energy. Creepypasta, derived from
I literally never lived that moment in my life. I never lived the moment where I played homemade Ouija board in the cemetery with friends with that fucking shit with kiss right now energy going on around the air. I don't know. As an emo teenager, an emo kid, I was awkward. But yeah, I was like the edgy kid with the hoodie on, which was always sleeping in class, so no one ever talked to me.
and copy pasta. If it's not canon that Slenderman loves a good bowl of chicken Alfredo, then I'm going to cut off my left arm. I'm not dramatic, you are. Copy pasta is a
No, I'm
term for a
not.
concept you possibly didn't even know how to name. It refers to those mostly annoying ass posts that want you to copy theirs and
We said increase in copy pasta by many accounts to copy paste the same phrase. See this image. Huh.
paste and post to your own page. Could be fake news,
No idea to remember anymore. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. What happened in your dreams after that?
memes, quotes, jokes, yada yada yada. When you were 14 and posted to Facebook that you do not give Facebook permission to use your photos and or posts, and you felt safe at the fact that you had just done that, yeah, no, that was a copy pasta, and that will never stop Facebook from using your info.
Did that exist? I'm feeling young. I'm feeling like I don't feel that old. I've never lived that. Maybe it's because I'm Brazilian. But I've never saw that in my entire life.
Information and will never hold up in court as well. Do not get it mixed up with chainmail though, because they are very different things. They can be seen as similar, but typically copy pasta is a joke to someone out there. It's satirical. Chainmail usually contains threats and to specifically send it to those you are in contact with.
90% of people marry their 7th, 12th grade love since you have read this. You'll be told good news tonight. If you don't repost this, your worst week starts. No! No, my worst week starts now! No! What's going to happen on the next 7 days? Am I going to die? Am I going to be hacked again? No! Will I lose my Minecraft build escape? No. Oh shit.
They are made to scare and intimidate. When they weren't scary,
Being Brazilian makes you young. I don't know. It's just the wrong niche.
they were still something along the lines of send this to everyone that you love or you do not love them. That type of thing. I don't remember those ones as well, but I do remember Carmen Winstead, the girl that was pushed into the sewer, and Teddy. But anyways.
Oh yeah, I think we had this one girl that was pushing to the sewer.
Ones as well, but I
Sewer,
do
is that the word?
remember Carmen Winstead, the girl that
We had this one in Brazil. Yeah, we had this one in Brazil. I remember the one, but I remember the one in the early Facebook phase, like when Orkut was dying already. That's where I remember it from.
that was pushed into the sewer, and Teddy. But anyways, back to creepypasta. Copy-paste horror stories started gaining popularity in the early 2000s, but it wasn't until 2007 where the term creepypasta came to be. There are thousands of stories out there, but we have the ones that we know and love. Today I want to talk about the really, really popular creepypastas, the ones that made a cultural impact on both
The mainstream
internet
ones.
and real life. From the extent of how some of these stories completely changed the video game industry to how parents
Sonic
now
X.
go about
Oh, that
their
one's so
kids'
nice.
access to the internet, or should. Before we get too deep into the video, which does happen to bring up
Was that Mo? The one with the creepy
very
smile.
sensitive subjects, I never want to take away from the seriousness of that. I would like to now talk about the sponsor of today's video. Today's video is sponsored by ZocDoc. Have you ever been lying in bed, doom scrolling about a weird and sudden
Every
symptom
day.
in every
every
your
day.
reality. ZocDoc is a free website where you can search
Thank you,
and
ZocDoc,
instantly
but
book between. With ZocDoc, I verify that you instantly book and you can hold that you needed. To start, I believe Slenderman has always been misunderstood. To prove my theory correct, I
misunderstood.
spent an entire
What?
day with the tall man, and here was my experience.
Oh shit! Is that real? Is that the real Slenderman? You're gay.
Hello, MTV. Welcome to my crib. Yeah, it's hard to meet people. You know, I've stolen a lot of kids. I've made a lot of mistakes.
Oh my god, Slenderman's so silly. He's so silly.
There is not a
My
creepypasta
friend.
more popular than Slenderman. So where did it all begin? On June 8th, 2009, Eric Nunson participated in a Photoshop contest on the Something Awful online forum, posting these two photos of kids and teenagers where if you look closely,
Dude, actually, this is
posting these two photos.
this looks like way better than most things that I see on the Photoshop, because I don't know if it's just the advantage of using a low quality photo, but this just looks insane.
Photos of kids and teenagers where if you look closely, something eerie and slender can be seen in the background, captioned with stories of how those in the photos went missing. Depending on what myths you may come across, he can lead to memory loss, paranoia, coughing fits, otherwise known as slender sickness, insomnia, and
So it's Slender
paranoia,
sickness?
coughing fits, otherwise known as slender sickness, insomnia,
Cool.
and basically anything that you don't want happening to you. On June 20th, 2009, a mockumentary was posted on the YouTube channel Marble Hornets about Slenderman, a series consisting of 9 hours of content with
Would you guys watch Marble Hornets with me? That's the main question.
various codes to crack. And let me just say, there's a lot. there's a lot to go through, and I just think and know there are people on the internet and YouTubers who have already posted about this series that can go way more in depth than I can in a short little segment, but let me go through a vague description. It consists of a film student named Alex who is being stalked by the Operator, aka Slenderman. He
The Operator. Are you
hands tapes
Slenderman?
to his friend Jay, in which Jay posts them to get a better understanding from the public. Alex disappears and Jay takes over to figure out where he may be and to better uncover the mystery of Slenderman. While looking into it more, he discovers that the Operator is far more dangerous than he could have ever imagined. Though I'm only vaguely talking about this mockumentary, it was very important to the history of Slenderman. It was the first form of media that came out after the story and really allowed for the lore and community of Slenderman to get larger through it. From the beginning, Slenderman really caught people's eye and had a quick rise to fame because of websites like Reddit, 4chan, DeviantArt,
Dude, look at Reddit back then.
larger through it. From the beginning, Slenderman really caught people's eye and had a quick rise to fame because of websites like Reddit.
Alright. Look how Reddit looked back then. That's crazy.
4chan, DeviantArt, Mythical
Alright.
Creatures Guide,
I'll be
Unfiction
waiting.
forums, and tons of more sites. The fan art and continued stories just kept going. In October of 2011, the first video game built around Slenderman was released by the indie developer Green Meteor Team, which was a puzzle game where you're being antagonized by Slendy. July 2nd, 2012 would then make history.
Should we play that game?
As Slender, the 8 pages would be posted to the r/indie gaming subreddit for Mac and Windows downloads, which led to massive positive reviews and even an outage to the Parsec Productions website due to mass downloads. YouTubers such as PewDiePie, Markiplier, Smosh Games, Teens React, Dan and Phil. Their video came out in 2014, but I just never miss an opportunity to bring up my gay kings. Channels that were ruling sides of the internet were getting millions and millions of views, only expanding this.
I do remember playing the 8 pages of the Slenderman game. Dude, I was obsessed with the game. It's just amazing, just a great game. It was the first game to actually make me scream, like the first jump scare and stuff game. The first game that made me actually scared was the that Slenderman game, the 8 pages. Mine was like I was like, I don't know, 9 or something like that when I played Slenderman 8 pages.
Popularity more and more. It went from Slenderman. I think I saw that on iFunny to Slenderman. Yeah, of course I know what that is. The fuck? Fast forward to May of 2018, and Sony releases a trailer for their release of Slenderman,
The
a
worst,
horror movie with a big budget, an iconic story, and
dude. This is the worst movie I've ever watched in my entire life.
a fan base that still loves and cheers for Slendy. This movie would be called extremely distasteful, as the trailer was released 4 years after the 2014 Wisconsin Slenderman stabbing. The father of Anissa Wire, one of the girls who committed
I remember
the
that
crime,
case. I remember the
publicly came
case.
forward about how upset he was with Sony. This is a story that I know many of you are familiar with, but there are some more recent updates that you might not be aware of, as I wasn't until
Have
I
you guys
started
ever
doing some more
watched
research. In
about that case?
2014, two 12-year-old girls attacked their friend Peyton Leitner in order to make the fictional character Slenderman happy. After the two girls, Anissa and Morgan Geyser,
Dude, how delusional must one be to do such a thing? Like, how delusional to 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 believe that a fucking Photoshop contest creature just is telling you to kill someone. Dude, this
finished the 19 stab wounds. They left Peyton in the woods, but she was pulled to safety where thankfully she survived. Both Geyser and Wire pleaded guilty to first-degree attempted intentional homicide and were sent to mental health institutions in 2018.
as far as I remember, Peyton, the victim, she became a doctor. She became a medic after that to take care of other victims of the same attack, same kind of stuff. I think that's really beautiful. That was amazing.
But Wire was released in 2021 at the age of 19, and as of March 2025, Morgan Geyser has also been released, now 22. It is a large consensus that this tragedy contributed to the downfall of this creepypasta story and creepypasta in general. It made it extremely hard to make any new content, whether it was any more video games, short stories, or in Sony's case, a movie centered around young kids, which was announced just 2 years after the incident, where the trailer was released in January 2018 while they were actively in court trying to decide how long to give the two girls. On top of the tragedy and movie, which had a 8% on Rotten Tomatoes, the transfer of
8%. How bad is 8%?
copyright
Does any other movie has like less than 8%? Just 8%?
to Mythology Entertainment was also a huge hit. Instead of an artist with the copyright who was happy with anyone using the character with credit, it became all about money and business. Copyright became extremely strict with people's usage of Slenderman, which also opened up a huge amount of discussion around copyright and these characters. To wrap this up though, although there was a lot of positives that came around Slenderman, I do want to just say I
My
genuinely
eye.
hope that Peyton has been able to live her life to the fullest after being a victim of such a scary scenario, and knowing that the two people who she once called her best friend and the two people that spent 6 months planning her murder
Yeah, that's just horrendous. That's terrifying, bro. When I heard about that case, I was paranoid for months. I'd say, like, that was crazy.
the fact that they are free right now, I'm sure is so scary, and I just can't imagine what she went through and still every day does go through, and I just hope the comment section sends her love as well as me sending her love, and I'm so thankful that she was able to come out of this alive to still tell her story today.
Jeff the Killer. Oh, that was my favorite one.
I think Jeff is one of the most
What?
recognizable creepypasta characters. After standing up to his bullies, he is burnt with alcohol and bleach and sent into insane behaviors where he cuts his mouth.
Real foot.
I don't.
How does someone put
And
such
sent
such a
into
gory
insane
thing there?
behaviors
Real
where he
footage.
cuts
Wow.
his mouth. I don't know if YouTube's gonna like this story. He goes on a bye-bye spree, and before finishing, he says his catchphrase, which is "Go to sleep."
That image used to terrify me. The one.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I've been Jeff the Killer twice for Halloween. Once my freshman year of high school and last year. Mr. Creepypasta's video on Jeff was not only a fan favorite in general, but it was my favorite too.
Yeah, it was my favorite.
Which is funny
That's it.
because Jeff's story is actually so bad when you
Is that gay?
look back on it. I'm giving you homework for extra
How would you knew it? How would you knew it? That makes no sense.
credit. Go back and read it. Something we have all kind of wondered though is where did the original image come from? If there's one thing that people love
Hello,
to
gay.
come together for, it's finding
We're on the Pride
lost
Month, right?
images, specifically ones that have been edited. Caesar, who was the original creator of Jeff the Killer, well, the 2008 version, not the Creepypasta 2011 version, which we all know. Caesar was contacted when people were trying to find the image, saying he wore a white latex mask and made the image himself. Cool, except, that's a lie. He lied. Straight up lie. The first
No, that's
appearance of
not.
Jeff
That's
the
not
Killer was
cool.
on a
Oh no.
Japanese forum back in 2005, 20 years ago. Though it was a slightly different version. The photo that we all know and love would be posted just shortly after. It would then reappear in a Japanese YouTube video film project, which was in 2007. The search
Shit was
for Jeff's
scary.
original photo went
Jesus.
on for years, to the point where there was once
It
a
scared me.
$10,000 reward. Scare Theater was on a mission when it came to this. Reddits were created to try and find the image. Discords were created when trying to find the image. In fact, an entire document was created which has both Japanese and Spanish versions. The search continued and continued and continued and is still continuing. My face is burning. This is actually so insane to me. In my head, if something's popular, it means
What do you mean no one found the original image yet? What?
that it can't be lost. It just can't. People are convinced the photo is absolutely out there though. Thank you for letting me be silly with my makeup, but I am taking it off for the rest of this section to be respectful. Jeff the Killer's story unfortunately inspired a murder, as 14-year-old Donovan Nicholas killed his dad's girlfriend, Heidi Taylor, and blamed it on Jeff, saying Jeff was inside of him and that's why he did it. Donovan's attorney described him as severely mentally ill, and he served time until 2023.
Oh, he actually cut his. Oh no 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 no. I never saw that case. I've never saw that case. That's new to me. Oh no, that was awful. No no. Ow, he actually cut his mouth into his mile. Dude, no, that's.
He was released on his 21st birthday. I don't want to get too graphic when getting into what Donovan did, but I agree with the family when it comes down to fear as to how he is free today with no restrictions other than him not being able to legally own a gun. The justice system works in weird ways.
MMORPG. Another ad. Another ad. Another. Wait. We actually sniped this one. I've never saw that case. I never saw that case. I was once I was I think obsessed to it's not the word, but I was really into the Suzuya guy from Tokyo Go, and dude, I really liked the how he had the things, in his hand, and I think he had it in the neck and a bit on the face too, the lines stitched. to him. And I've heard that Tokyo was banned from China because I don't know if that's true. That's what I heard back then a few years ago. I've heard that Tokyo was banned from China because people were actually stitching themselves to look like that character, that fucking character. That might not be the actual reason, but I don't doubt it either. It's just, it's just weird.
Was quite past my creepypasta obsession, but something I'm still very familiar with. What was once a symbolic sculpture of mothers who passed during pregnancy by artist Keisuke Aizawa in 2016 became a creepypasta in 2018 in which children were being harassed and coerced into themselves and others, spreading global panic. And I mean global. Argentina, England, Germany, Luxembourg.
Wait, I completely got lost into this one. Wait, Chad. We have to rewind a bit. We have to rewind a bit. Yeah, Momo
Was
scared me
quite
a
past
lot
my
too.
creepypasta obsession, but something I'm still very familiar with. What was once a symbolic sculpture of mothers who passed during pregnancy
I didn't know that was the meaning of the sculpture though. I didn't know that.
by artist Keisuke Aizawa in 2016 became a creepypasta in 2018 in which children were being harassed and coerced into themselves and others, spreading global panic. And I mean global.
I remember that.
Argentina, England, Germany, Luxembourg, Spain, Canada, Mexico, Philippines, India, Ireland, and the United States all had public
I think Brazil was like Momo. It was just more maybe not that strong. Now that I know about it, but it was more about the what's going on was the blue whale challenge. Dude, that challenge, that fucking thing is just triggering for me. It's just, it's awful. It's awful. And then a few years later, there was the one guy wearing the that goofy cosplay that used to do the same thing.
warnings sent out about
I really got I got scared. That point when I saw that thing going on about Momo, the blue whale and stuff like that, it was when I started questioning, like, dude, what is going on? How bad can people be? Like, come on, what's going on?
a rumor began spreading that there was a WhatsApp phone number in which you can contact. If you were contacted back, you were then to be sent threats and disturbing imagery.
Wait, why is she censoring the word Momo?
The
I can say Momo on live stream?
first
Oh
time that
shit.
popped up online was on the subreddit r/creepy. Someone took this photo and wanted to start a little joke, but the internet does what the internet does and turned it into something much larger. Fake numbers began popping up and troll editors began putting in children's videos to post on YouTube Kids. 2019 is when the conversation only grew so much larger after Kim Kardashian posted to Instagram warning other parents about which is bound to absolutely bring more attention to the matter, mentioning her appearance in kids' videos and how to spot it. Around this time is when a video was published with a spiral background that was encouraging kids to grab sharp objects and use it on themselves. If they didn't do
That's
that,
uncomfortable.
she would come to them in their sleep. As well as that, she started appearing in Peppa Pig videos and in Baby Shark videos. The Peppa video is very easy to come across, but the Spiral and the Baby Shark video is not, and those two are actually considered lost media because of how difficult they are to find. Specifically the Baby Shark one, no one apparently can find that anymore, but I found it off of a Redditor who posted a day ago when I was looking it up. The news absolutely ran with this though and added to the mass hysteria. It did not help that sources began linking teens to the challenge. The claims of causing these deaths came from unverified reports and rumors. YouTube
You know what that reminds me of? I don't remember the exact name of the case, but for me it's a little bit like the case where that one guy, I forgot his name, he created some kind of religion and then he made everyone in that religion like literally leave their country, I think, behind and then kill themselves. Like, for me, just almost the same thing.
Responded to the hysterics parents were having, especially after Kim Kardashian told them to do so, basically saying that they are going to take any occurrences of this character's face off of YouTube Kids. I noticed while trying to do research on that I was actually kind of having a hard time, and I think that there is a reason, which Rookie in his Uncovering the Truth Behind video, which shout out because he made a really great video about and a few creepypastas in general, so link in the below for his channel if you want to check him out.
I'm going to suggest something crazy. I don't think there was ever a genuine outbreak of on the internet.
I agree. I think that there would be more information and clips of this happening if it happened as much as the news made it seem. Don't get me wrong, it is a big deal that at all kids were seeing videos telling them to
I mean, it's a good thing that the news made a big thing out of it, right?
harm themselves and commit violent acts, even if it was just a small handful of cases. But I do also believe that this was just mass hysteria, and it was not as common as you think. I feel like the situation overall made parents more aware of what their kids were watching, which is a good thing and something that they should always have done.
Dude, we lived dark times on the internet. We lived like the darkest times on the internet. At the, the worst moment we could ever live that.
Frankly, I think news reports saw a headline and absolutely ran with it. And then with that, trolls noticed, oh, this is getting attention. And then they ran with it. And then it just turned into a big old marathon.
It's like a do not disturb setting for your mind, and it gets you focused in just 5 minutes using science and
Chat, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Please, wait for me. Guys, guys, I'm balding. Guys, I'm getting bald. I'm balding. Oh shit, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm cooked, chat. Am I cooked, chat? I think I am. Let's finish the video, shall we?
As someone that grew up with gaming YouTubers,
I always wanted to play that game, but I never had the courage.
I had to bring up Sonic.exe. I had no choice. Sonic.exe genuinely revolutionized a whole new genre of horror games. It was created by Sir JC the Hyena and was actually already a thing before it was considered a creepypasta. Kind of. A few months before Sonic.exe was released, a story called The Blue Pen Drive existed, where someone found their deceased friend's Sonic game, which was a distorted version, and suddenly
I've never heard about that blue pen drive. I mean, I saw the gameplay of the Sonic X, but I don't remember any blue pen drive stuff.
had a countdown appear while playing. He was able to unplug the computer at 2 and wonders what would have happened if he let it reach 0. Sonic.exe is based on the concept of a haunted computer game. The player boots up only to realize that something is not what it typically is. This might sound similar to another creepypasta, I know I'm kind of sounding like a broken record here, which is called Ben Drowned, where an N64
Anyway,
cartridge...
I love Ben Drowned. This is so the most underrated creepypasta. Is it underrated? Or am I just trying to throw catchphrases? Anyway.
The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask is haunted by the previous owner. But Sonic.exe is different, where the game has a whole new alternate dark concept rather than having a human haunting the object and changing it from within. The story was posted on August 9th, 2011, and a year later,
Is Sonic.exe the chat GPT? Is it AI? Chat?
game based on the story would...
I have a theory. Sonic.exe just conquered humanity and now will live inside its simulation. And it's where and Sonic.exe owner, the mind behind, it's Elon Musk. That's my theory.
come out, the one that we all know. Though it wasn't until YouTubers, again, such as Markiplier and PewDiePie, posted playthroughs that the game would then skyrocket in popularity. Once this game became so popular, it became a trend to see who came out with the next hot EXE game for top YouTubers to play. Happy Mouse, Pokemon EXE, Aladdin EXE, Smile EXE, Toy Story EXE, Mario EXE, Luigi EXE, Sally EXE, Google EXE. The list
Google
goes
EXE.
on and on. One of
EXE.
the EXE games that came out after Sonic.exe would become known for pretty terrible reasons. Mario 3.exe is a rendition of Super Mario Bros. 3. It looks typical for an EXE game, but was taken down from all sites after some time, though there are still archives of it out there. This game was taken down because when you stomp on a Goomba in the game, real-life gore and deceased bodies flash on screen. Super
Jesus.
cheap war game developers like to occasionally add real gore, which I believe
I've never heard of
is
it.
never appropriate, and that's the consensus with the main gaming community. Sonic EXE, though, really inspired a whole new wave of these fan-made games in order to get a spook out of something that isn't normally spooky. It really mainstreamed it, and because YouTubers were playing it, people were just more motivated to have their game played by their favorite creators. Not only did it start a whole new motivation and just wave in general of fan-made games, but it
Should we make Kiki.exe? Should we hype up Kiki.exe? A game about Kiki the ghost.
also just exploded into a whole community for specifically Sonic EXE, with more game
Kiki.exe.
releases, and even sparked debates as to whether or not Sonic EXE is canon, as the official Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter has acknowledged that it exists. There was backlash though too, and honestly still is. This community believing that Sonic EXE completely ruined the horror game industry, that it was lazy and clouding gaming content with cheap clickbait. But fan-made games are never going to always be great. I agree, most of the
Imagine taking this era of internet and mixing with the AI we got today. Like, I think you guys can agree that AI became a thing at the right time, right? Like, imagine if we had Grok, if we had ChatGPT, Claude, DeepSeek in that era of the internet. I think the whole world would be doomed.
EXE games that came out were dog water. But I can tell people had a lot of fun with this. It's no secret though
It would be just a nightmare.
that EXE games have died out. And honestly, I feel like the majority of hate that Sonic EXE or just EXE games got in general was people worried that this was going to be the future of gaming. And as we can see, it is not. We have had some amazing horror games come out. Quantity over quality will always be the general reality for video games, especially
Why is it popping on my
fan-made
screen constantly?
games. I think it just all goes back to taking a chill pill and letting trends do their thing. You know what I mean? Like, time is typically on your side with that kind of stuff, but I get it. People are very protective over their content. Personally, I liked EXE games. They were fun to
Yeah.
watch. I liked Markiplier playing them. I love Markiplier. This was quite an interesting video to make. Had to do quite a bit of research. I feel a little smarter up in here. My noggin's a little more things that I learned. It is very unfortunate though that some of the stories brought up resulted in loss of life and or trauma. But sadly, the internet can bring out really dark thoughts that people either
It's true.
have
It's true.
already experienced or bring out new thoughts that were going to come out throughout time. There are so many more creepypasta stories that have made a deep impact to real life and internet culture, so please let me know if that is something that you guys would enjoy seeing. Thank you again, ZocDoc, for sponsoring today's video. You can visit ZocDoc.com/Allie Tricaso or visit the
It's just what? Enderman
link
bloopers.
in the
Let's see
description
what's
below
going on
to
here.
find a doctor for you. If you'd like to follow me on any of my other socials, you can check out my link tree in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Let's see. Let's see the blooper.
But I'm
No. Anyway, guys, I think that's it. I think that's it for today. Dude, it's crazy how the internet really messed up our minds. Not our minds, like some people's minds. Like, come on. I'll never do some of those weird things. Yeah, like I said, imagine if AI was present back then. 2-hour long live stream. Yeah. What happened to me today?